What's up? What's going on, guys? This is Mr. Gold, and today I'm going to be going over the 1966 NFL season. I'm going to be starting a brand new series. It's going to be NFL seasons in NFL history. This is going to be in the Super Bowl era. If you guys want me to do the old era, but with, I don't know, like it was called the ALPA or something like that, from 1920, you guys just let me know down in the comments and I'll hit you up with a series after this one. But I'm going to be going through all 54 Super Bowls that have happened so far and all of the seasons that provided those Super Bowls. So the first one is the 1966 season. Obviously, we could not start the 1966 season without talking about the NFL draft. So basically, I'm going to be going through, and thanks to Wikipedia, I get to know whether any players that were drafted were Hall of Famers, 1, and Pro Bowlers, 2. And those will really be the only notable ones I'll be mentioning, because obviously if you weren't a Hall of Famer or a Pro Bowler, you weren't necessarily doing very exceedingly well. You could have been an Imperial part of your team, but if you weren't making the Pro Bowl, just think about that there. So, but in the first round, first pick, Tommy Nobles by the Atlanta Falcons ended up being a Pro Bowler, so a good first round pick there. But the second pick was even better. Offensive tackle Tom Mack was taken by the Los Angeles Rams, and he made it into the Hall of Fame. Also in the first round, the Dallas Cowboys selected John Niland, who is an offensive guard. He made the Pro Bowl. Packers selected Gail Gillingham, a guard. He made the Pro Bowl. And the Browns selected Milt Morin, and he also made the Pro Bowl. In the second round, we did not have anyone to make the Pro Bowl. None in the third, none in the fourth, one in the fifth. His name was Walt Garrison. He was a running back for the Cowboys. By the way, there's only 15 teams, so if you don't hear one of your favorite teams, it's probably because they do not exist yet. Fred Hoagland, I'm pretty sure. His name is he is from the Cleveland Browns, and he is a center. He was drafted in round 6. None in round 7. I don't see any in round 8. Round 9 doesn't have any. None in round 10. None in round 11. Round 12 had a guard by the name of Bruce Van Dyke that was selected by the Eagles. He made the Pro Bowl. Let's see, round, I guess it'd be 14. I don't see anything. None in 15. None in 16. None in 17, none in 18, none in 19, and none in 20. So there we go. Looks like there was somewhere around like 6 Pro Bowlers, I believe, in this draft. So definitely not the worst draft, not the best, obviously either. But also couldn't really do it if we didn't talk about notable undrafted players. An undrafted player by the Detroit Lions, Garo Yepperman, a kicker. He ended up going to the Pro Bowl. And Jim Hart, a quarterback by the St. Louis Cardinals. He also made it to the Pro Bowl. So there's your update on the 1966 draft. Now we'll get on to the 1966 season. And you might be wondering, well, I looked it up, and the Super Bowl is in 1967. Why are you doing the 1966 season? Well, obviously, it's because the season before leads up to the season afterwards. So, 1966 season will produce the 1967 Super Bowl. So, that's what we're going to be going over right here. So, that was the draft. There is 15 teams. Let's see, in the Falcons, I believe, were one that got in. The Falcons expanded it to 15 teams. But yeah, and this year was the one that produced the AFL-NFL merger agreement, and that's why we do indeed have a Super Bowl this year. So let's just get right on into it. So there's only really one super major rule change. It was the goalposts. They were standardized thanks to the Don Chandler rule, but that was really the only major rule change. Then in the conference races, the Western Conference, Green Bay, San Francisco tied with the Rams. The Rams lost 35-7 to Minnesota the next week. Green Bay stayed in front until week 9 when Minnesota beat them 20-17. So basically just a lot of just going up and down there. But overall, in the Eastern Conference, it was looking like it was the St. Louis Cardinals who took the early lead, winning their first 5 games, but then they the Cardinals and the Cowboys, who are both undefeated, met in Week 6, and they tied. So they still ended up both being unbeaten. But they both suffered their next defeat in the next week, with St. Louis losing to Washington and the Cowboys falling to Cleveland. And in the end, if you guys could not tell it already, the St. Louis actually finished relatively badly at 8-5, but the Dallas Cowboys did not. They finished at 10-3-1, so very good finish there. Then in the other conference, which is the Western, it was obviously the Green Bay Packers went up ahead there with a record of 12-2, making them the best team in the entire NFL. And the NFL championship game was obviously played between Green Bay and Dallas, and Green Bay ended up winning 34-27. The playoff bowl between the conference runners-up was against Baltimore to Philadelphia, and Baltimore won it 20-14. Then the AFL championships, Kansas City Chiefs came to play the NFL championship, Green Bay Packers, and when they played each other, the Packers won 35-10. The most valuable player of this season was Bart Starr, quarterback of Green Bay, and the coach of the year was Tom Landry from Dallas, who is currently in the Hall of Fame, I believe. So definitely really good there, and I'll hit you guys up with another one soon.